All right. Let's see if we're actually streaming yet. It should start any second now. But I'll just kind of talk about this. So, as you might know, I have just started about a year ago the Waltons podcast, which, yeah, we are live right now, and I just want to. Oh yeah, it looks good too. Looking at our own little thingamajig. Having nothing to do with HBO, having nothing to do with this, let me just say, so about a year ago, I started the Waltons podcast on thewaltonspodcast.com. And it has a listener base, a reasonable size one, I think. And I've reached out to a number of the cast members, like more than I should have maybe. But I'm never annoying. I don't think I'm annoying. And I'm going to compare right now the Waltons to the Little House cast members. And this is controversial.
Specifically the women.
Well, all of them. Every single one of them. Because I've dealt with male and female having to do with Little House. And I've tried to deal with male and female on the Waltons. So it seems as though the Little House people like Alison Arngrim and Dean Butler, the Greenbush twins, Wendy Lou Lee. They're all so receptive. They communicate great. As a matter of fact, Wendy Lou Lee just mailed me her new book, Red Tail Feathers. It's coming out, I think in about a month or so. I'm not 100% sure of the release date, but we're going to be talking about that. And she's a lovely woman. She really is. And Little House people across the board, minus Melissa Gilbert and
Albert
and Matthew Laberto, who might not be too into doing this podcast interview, and that is totally fine. And I don't have an issue with that. Now with the Waltons, I have basically the only Waltons podcast out there, right? I released the episodes with love and in admiration, and I've reached out to a number of them, and either I don't get anything back because they're not accessible at all, or they've gotten back to me and they're like, right now I'm really just too busy, and I'm like, really? And the one person I had the back and forth with is Mary McDonough. I can never pronounce the name. The girl who played Erin, who's really nice, really back and forth. And these people, they just won't come on the show for an interview, and I don't understand why. So if I had to compare, I've had a huge amount of people from Little House on the show versus the Waltons, where I've had none. So,
ouch.
I don't know. I feel like maybe the Little House is winning in this one.
Wow, Mary Beth McDonough is like still working.
Oh, yeah. What is she up to? Well, you know what? If she was on the show, I would ask her what she's been up to.
She's doing Christmas on Honeysuckle Lane.
Nice. And you know what? I get it. People are busy. Judy Newton Taylor, she does like a YouTube channel where she does basically what I do. And I guess it's more of course it's more interesting because she was there, right? Of course. But I don't think there's anything wrong with giving, coming and stepping away from your comfort zone and speaking with a show that's,
she doesn't want to be on the competition. She's like,
I don't know if I'm competition.
It's all mine.
She has good numbers too on YouTube. And, I recommend people go and listen to it, I guess.
Have you listened to it? I'm just wondering if there's dirt in there or what.
I tend to read my research. I'm not a big fan of listening to too many interviews, oddly enough. I don't like to know too much because the questions I ask, I'm going to be very honest here. I think you've heard some of the interviews I do. I don't ask questions that are normally asked of actors. I just don't. And I would say very often at the end of most of these interviews, people say, nobody ever asked me that before. And the reason why is because I tend to go with the Howard Stern attack without like the, I do. when I was talking to Melissa Anderson just several weeks ago, I asked her like what was her first cool car, like after Little House, and she's talking about this Firebird, and then she had this Mercedes that got stolen. She told me the whole story about how her car was stolen and she got it back and it was in pieces. Stuff you're not going to get elsewhere. That's walnutgrovecast.com. So, all right. So what are we doing here? We're not talking about Little House on the goddamn prairie. We're talking about HBO.
May 1984.
Little House had been over by this point.
Quite. And wait, what was out? What was over by this point?
Little House.
It was over by 84?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, right.
I thought it went
season 9. I could fact check this, but it's not that important.
I know the Waltons was done by now.
Hold on, I'll tell you pretty sure it was over by this point. Yeah, 83. Season 9 ended in 83. I mean, the movies would come back later, but I don't think you're talking about that.
No. I thought the show was still in its last.
The final episode would air on March 21st, 1983.
Oh,
well over a year.
What do I know?
Over a year before. I mean, before this came out. So this is post Little House. How exciting. So we, of course, are talking about the May 1984 HBO guide. And this one is packed full of a lot of great stuff.
Did you notice, though, that the big movies this month, Tootsie, it's 2 years after it was in theaters. I mean, I thought the turnaround was quicker, but I thought it was a year after theaters that movies would show up on HBO. But, like, I guess something as big as Tootsie, War Games, Brainstorm.
I feel like it back then took a while. I feel like when you worked in a video store and I worked in Blockbuster Video, it would be about a year before they came onto video, right? I mean, maybe 6 months. I kind of forget.
But that was a little later. Like, I didn't work in the video store until 86. But and you're right. I mean, it would be a year to get onto the video, I think.
Because here's the thing. All right, so let's just say we're both working at Blockbuster Video, and you want to get it on video, right? Because you want it out of theaters, and then you get it onto video, and then everybody's paying like $90 for a videotape, and then all the rentals happen. You get all that money, and then you sell it to HBO or WHT. No, WHT was gone by this point. Maybe not. Maybe WHT was still around, right?
I would, in 84, probably.
Yeah.
I would say yes.
Cable. It would sell to cable, like Skinamax or whatever, if they were even around. But yeah, I mean, and that would be the final line of like, all right, finally we have, this is as much money as we're ever going to get from this again. And then Laserdiscs come and DVDs, and they make billions of dollars. But yeah, so what do we have here? We have pretty good stuff on the cover here. We have War Games, Twilight Zone, Tootsie I've never seen. You're going to be like, what?
What? No way.
I don't know how I skipped it, but I've skipped it.
Dude, you got to see that. That's a movie that holds up.
Is it a good movie? Is it good?
It's a good movie. It is a good movie. Absolutely.
Who's this woman? No, that's Tootsie.
I was going to talk less about these big movies because there's more little movies that I would want to mention or, tell you which ones I would rather watch. But everybody knows Tootsie. Everybody knows War Games. We've even covered War Games. So check our archives.
Definitely check out. I love War Games. I think that certainly holds up even though the computers look old.
Well, you love that. That's the very part you love.
But it's the same paranoia that exists about AI, like the Whopper is essentially the AI, right? And it's taking over the world and it can't be stopped once you push that button.
See, War Games told us about AI. James Cameron told us about AI. Yeah. Nobody listened.
It was completely relevant for the time. And I think that is also before Matthew Broderick killed somebody over in Europe. So... having nothing to do with this whatsoever.
while getting a BJ from his girlfriend in the
Whoa.
car.
Wasn't it the sister from Ferris Bueller? That's who he
Yes,
was
it
in the car
was.
with. Yeah.
Yes.
Was his pre or post nose job?
This is pre when. It's funny. She's hot with the terrible nose, and not hot, not attractive with
Well,
the nice nose.
I'm gonna
It's very
say
strange.
I'm
It's
gonna
very
say
strange.
I didn't really have an issue at all with the way she looked before the nose job.
Yeah.
When she got the nose job, I don't know who she is. Like she's
Yep.
unrecognizable.
She is so plain.
Like generic.
It's just yeah.
Nice
It's just like,
job. nice, nice job. So, all right, let's look down here. There's no place like HBO every day of the week. They trademarked that. There's no place like HBO. That was actually, they spent money to trademark that. Or wait, or is HBO trademarked?
I think it's HBO that would be the trademark.
All right. Well, you would know
that
these
is a
things.
dumb line to trademark. There's no place like HBO.
You never know, man. Like I'm sure you've heard these kind of things. All right, so now for something completely different. You have a trailer for that, and I don't know what that is. I think
What? You don't know what that is?
no. What is
It's Monty Python.
Oh, okay.
So it's a really early Monty Python film
Mm-hmm.
that is just a collection of their skits. But
That's why I don't know it. Yeah.
I wanted to point this out. So there's this film, and now for something completely different, and then Britannia Hospital, which is another British comedy,
Mm-hmm.
and one is funny and one isn't. And I don't know if you want to play a little bit of and now for something completely different trailer.
Yeah.
And then we'll try Britannia Hospital.
Just once in a decade, in a lifetime maybe, the world of entertainment is disrupted and utterly elated by something entirely new. Good Lord! It could be the script, the presentation, the players, or a combination of all three that team together to transform the ordinary into the original, to emerge with something completely different.
And now for something completely different.
That's pretty good.
Funny.
Very funny.
And then if you want to play a little bit of Britannia Hospital, this is by director Lindsay Anderson, who has done some classic movies like If, and another one with Malcolm McDowell that I can't remember.
Yeah.
It's on the top of my head. Man.
No, it's not Malcolm
anyway.
McDowell. I forget his name.
No, it's Malcolm McDowell.
Is it McDowell? All right.
So let's play that one and watch. I mean, this just is a bad trailer because it's not funny.
This hospital is run on £125 million of your money every year!
This is a comedy?
Well, keep going.
Whatever is happening in Britannia Hospital.
Oh, what you got here?
One geriatric, hypothermia.
No admissions except by union dispensation.
This could be a major confrontation. Stick
Is that like Dwight from The Office right there? It's like fake Dwight.
close to me, lad.
This is not what was ordered.
I'm afraid His Excellency's mango slices have been delayed. This is the best we can...
Intensive here, Ken. Looks like a Kroger.
Okay, pass it through.
What do you want here?
I couldn't care less. I've been off duty for the past 10 minutes. What a light.
Oh my God. The hell?
So it's trying to be like Patty Chayefsky's The Hospital, maybe. I haven't seen this movie. I should see it. I like Lindsay Anderson as a director, but wow, this trailer is pretty terrible.
Yeah, it's
It's not funny.
why is it? I mean, it's funny for things that aren't funny, like the old guy dying. I laughed.
Now, if we just want one more example of British humor,
Yeah.
can you play that Benny Hill promo?
Give me a sec here.
Let's see how that holds up. I think we've talked about Benny Hill, but
Yeah, we have. Dun, 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 dun. I know you sent it. Ah, here it is. I got it. Ready?
And now,
An announcement of great import. Every so often, we must herald a cultural event of great refinement.
What have you got for us today, Mr. Wright? Sexism, nudity, or bad language? Would you not have a little of each?
In the time-honored British tradition of art and erudition, we bring you a program that sets the standard for urbane humor. Yeah, it's Benny Hill with an all-new show, and it's a safe bet that Benny's dry sense of humor, along with the aerobic antics of Hill's Angels, will turn a few heads. So do prepare yourself for Benny Hill and his special kind of magic, not to mention the curvaceous choreography of Hill's Angels. All right.
So, one thing that's still boggles my mind with Benny Hill. Did it play the video?
It didn't play. I didn't see it.
Oh, I'm sorry. You got to tell me.
I texted you.
Oh, you can't text me. You know how many screens I've opened? Sorry about that.
Add it in post.
Post? There's no post. We don't do post. Unless you say something bad, we don't do post. Even then, we have the censor button waiting for you. Yeah. So. But yeah, it's just Benny Hill, so that's what's weird about it. So with what did Benny Hill do before the Benny Hill character?
I have no idea.
Like, you know how like Regis Philbin, kind of one of these guys that just kind of showed up one day, but he did have a music career at some point.
Benny Hill?
No, Regis Philbin.
Oh, Regis?
Yeah,
but I mean, you're talking the lowest possible singing career. Like he didn't have hits,
but he did show. But at least he had something, you know. Pee Wee Herman, you know, like we could say Paul Rubens did do stand up at some point.
Yeah, I have no idea what Benny Hill would have done to warrant getting a show, whether on in England, on Channel 9 here, on HBO, to have these unexpurgated shows.
But yeah, if we look a little bit at the movies that are available here.
Do we want to I don't know if you just want to stay on the comedy train for a second?
Yeah.
And let's show the Brits how it's done with some American comedy and the great Jerry Lewis.
Oh, yeah.
A film, it's called Cracking Up Here, but I think it was released as Smorgasbord.
All right, this time you'll be able to see it.
I think this is a funny trailer.
You know what? I didn't watch the whole trailer, but I have to say the opening, waitress is very funny, I think. She's almost doing a weird impression of Jerry. Right?
Apple would be fine.
Apple it is. And what kind of salad would you like with your meal? We have Caesar, watercress, lettuce and tomato, plain lettuce, bib lettuce, hearts of bib lettuce.
Have you ever been to a psychiatrist before?
Oh, I'm afraid not, no.
Afraid? Let's get rid of those fear words, Mr. Neffer.
Oh, right, yeah, okay. No, never.
Never? Isn't that a bit fun?
How about just no?
Now, did you ever see this?
I must have a long time ago on video.
Nothing I do is right. I'm a misfit. I don't fit. I'm a square peg in a round hole. I mean, you know what a misfit means, don't you? That's why I came to see you.
You're playing with half a deck. You don't have both oars in the water. You made too many swan dives into empty pools.
Look at the weird yellow chairs, you know, like they're like patent leather or something. Now, was this Jerry Lewis trying to reboot his weird characters?
Yeah, this is like late period, and it's all like, loosely hung together, but it's basically all like blackout sketches and different bits.
Now he doesn't look bad in '83, actually.
No, no, he's got that greasy hair look going. Yeah. This is late period, so.
I mean, Jerry Lewis Telethon is well in, like, you know, moving forward at this point, right?
God, we should do one of those.
I don't know. It's like, was it 24 hours? The way it's edited in the music kind of reminds me a little bit of like one of those movies. Who's the guy who made like Pulp Fiction? Tarantino. Like it has like a crazy chaos to that, like where he's like trying to kill himself and all these different things are going on, pouring gasoline on his body. It's just
I don't know why there's a grenade right there.
So this is a movie I would see. I don't remember it though.
I would like to see that again, honestly.
I'd cover that. We both love Jerry Lewis. You used to like him, right?
I went to the theater to see Hardly Working. So,
so I think you can be considered a real fan.
Not only that, I think I liked it.
Well, do you still like it though?
No, I would have to see it. You know me, I like bad comedy like that. Like that's why we watch the D. Martin roasts. Mm-hmm. You know, I like that kind of shtick.
Yeah, but there's nothing wrong with it. I really think that there's a place for it. Sorry, I'm trying to do something to get this to. All right. Well, I'm doing the best I can. Sorry. The part of the guide is not showing up on the screen, so there we go.
There we go.
I'll have to just. I can't zoom in so much for some reason.
Oh no.
Yeah, I mean we'll figure it out. But all right, so with these, looking down here, Author is another one of these movies that. I've seen it, but I don't remember it at all.
It's
when he was trying to be like a normal person, right? I mean, there's nothing.
Yeah, it's one of his few.
That not for me.
It's really, it's bad. It's bad. Like I'll watch Bobby Deerfield before I watch Author. It's not what he should be doing. It's not what Al Pacino should be doing. With a bunch of kids. No.
Yeah. No, it's not right. So let's see. Cracking Up. Dial M for Murder, Hitchcock. I would watch that.
No, but it's not the Hitchcock one.
Really?
It's a remake with Angie Dickinson, and I wish there was like a promo or something, but I could not find anything.
There's nothing? That's really...
No, the whole film is out there, but I wanted just a trailer or something.
It's a legit remake?
Yeah.
Oh, weird. That's really weird. I don't like remakes. The Thing. I would totally see The Thing.
Oh, hell yeah.
I don't know what Tin Man is. Twilight Zone the movie? It's a big one, right? I mean, mostly big because of the death that happened on the set.
Right? Somebody was beheaded.
Yeah, I didn't think that Twilight Zone the movie was particularly a great movie or anything. Did you?
No, I actually know. Like, the first two segments are terrible, in my guesstimation.
Yeah.
And, the last two are good.
Mm-hmm.
It takes so long to get to those.
Yeah, I very unpopular opinion here is that although I like the Twilight Zone, I don't love the Twilight Zone. The way some people are so obsessed with the Twilight Zone. I'm not. And I know it's not a very popular opinion. I think that there's a lot of Twilight Zone episodes that fall flat. Sorry.
Whoa.
Let me put down my scotch.
I don't I don't like the treacly ones that like are life affirming, I like the more downbeat ones, like when Burgess Meredith is the last man on Earth, and he's a reader like I am.
I love that one. And he breaks his glasses at the end.
And he breaks
Spoiler.
the glasses, right?
I think there are some.
I don't like the sweetie ones. The treacly, sentimental ones.
I think some of them are iconic and they stick with you, but then there are a lot of them that I just think, I could. There are so many choices out there nowadays. I just feel like I don't have to be obsessed with a show that's kind of a serial show. Like, it's
even when it's a bad episode though, like let's say one of these treacly ones, I'll watch it because there's probably an actor in there that I want to see. So you have the one with Art Carney when he's like a street corner Santa Claus.
Shatner was in one of my favorite ones. Where
he's in I think a few.
The one he's in that I really loved even as a kid, where him and his girlfriend or wife stop to get their car fixed, and they have the fortune teller.
Yes.
I think it's an amazing episode. Even now, like I just think it's a great episode. But I'm also a big fan of Alfred Hitchcock Presents. I think.
I haven't watched that, and I know I should.
And he touches upon stuff that is twisted and can easily fall into the Twilight Zone. It's not as crazy, like there's no pig faces or anything like that. But there's some cool stories that are going on there. Like killing and burying your wife in the basement, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I might have to start watching that.
Yeah, I highly recommend Alfred Hitchcock Presents.
What about The Outer Limits? Did you watch that?
Yeah, Outer Limits I think was really good, but it really pushed more of in some ways I think it was more entertaining.
It has more monsters in it.
Yeah. And when I did watch it, was younger, that appealed to me more.
Yeah.
I don't know. As I get older, I just don't really love the Twilight Zone the way I used to. That's all.
Whoa.
I know it's not. I didn't say it was a popular opinion. It was an unpopular opinion. War Games, iconic, as we mentioned. Culture Club, I noticed Boy George later on in the guide.
What are your thoughts on Culture Club? Do you?
I like Boy
them?
George. Yeah, I mean,
I thought they had a couple of good hits.
I have no issue with.
I don't think they sustained it, but.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I would go listen Culture Club now. Like they're not like a top favorite group or anything like that. But
outside of the movies, like these specials, there are some I wish we could find. Like there is
the Toast to Lenny Bruce. I mean,
the Toast to Lenny Bruce. There's something called Chevy Chase Meets the Kids. I want to see that.
Oh, that's weird.
Sounds strangely.
Well,
it's funny. I could find. You should play that clip I mentioned about being homosexual.
It's funny. I just brought it up, and here it is. Actually, this is a very weird. So it's a documentary. I mean, is the whole documentary available? It looks interesting.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's on YouTube. If it's in different parts, but it's there.
All right, here we go.
They call themselves people who have a different lifestyle. We do not believe this is an accurate description.
This is Reverend Harold Putz.
Yeah, I thought his name was Putz too.
We say they have a death style.
They call it faggots, queers, bitches, whores, prostitutes.
How does that make you feel?
I knock the shit out of them.
For those who have observed them,
don't let the high heels fool you. I still fight like a man.
All right, this person is really awesome. They have maybe a rabbit coat on. I'm not 100%
That's
sure.
a fur coat of some kind.
Yeah, I think it's rabbit. And the whole attitude is really funny.
There's nothing gay about these people. They are a tragic group of people. They pose a moral danger.
We get to this.
Lesbians right there.
Didn't she go, it's true. It's true. Right, Joan Jett?
Danger and threat to the vitality of a community. And
I'm surprised this guy's not smoking as he's saying this.
nation. Don't tell me it's a lifestyle. It's a death style, and these people are dangerous when they don't get their lust satisfied.
He really likes the death style thing.
Imagine what he would think if he lived to be in this day and age.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm sure he's dead by now.
But here's the thing. All right, 1984.
Oddly, he died of AIDS.
Yeah, I'm sure that this has a focus on AIDS, right?
No, I don't think so. I think it's just about the homosexual lifestyle.
Or as he might say, the epidemic.
I think this is just before AIDS, isn't it?
No, 84. I mean, AIDS is kind of going wild at 84.
Is it? I thought AIDS was like 85.
AIDS is on like the cover of Time in 84.
Is it?
I don't know. It's like Man of the Year or something. But it was like, I think by 84 it was pretty well known that people, were dying from it. The AIDS. Because didn't Delirious come out in like 84?
Yeah, you might be right. You might be right.
Yeah, so I'm going to say it was even going back to 82, but I'm not 100% sure. You're older than me. You should remember this.
I can't remember when Rock Hudson came out. I don't remember.
Yeah, that was
the other
shocking
special.
Everyone.
There's another special on this month that you can find on YouTube, and honestly, I was pulled into it. It's called Some Call Them Freaks, and it's all about
Did you send me a thing to that?
No.
Oh,
there was nothing. There was no trailer or anything. It's just a complete thing, and it's got Siamese twins who had babies at the same time, and it was just crazy stuff.
Now, this is not the 1932 movie Freaks by Todd Browning, right?
No. It's another documentary.
I do recommend people go see 1932's Freaks. I think that is a really great movie.
Yep.
Have you seen it? You've seen it.
Yes, it's very unsettling.
I don't know if anybody's watching along with us right now, but maybe people can let us know. What do you think about the idea of us covering reefer addicts or cocaine fiends? Chris, you tried to watch Reefer Addicts. You were not a big fan of it.
It was pretty rough, man. That was pretty rough.
I think it's funny. I mean, you got to stick with it.
There are films that are much more fun to read about than to actually watch. That's one of them. I haven't tried Cocaine Fiends.
Right. Cocaine.
But Reefer Madness. Oof.
Well,
I'd rather watch Arthur.
Again, for the 8th time today. So we also touch upon, what else do we have here? Fraggle Rock. That was a really big show when I was a kid.
You didn't watch that, did you?
Yeah, I was little, remember.
Okay.
I didn't like it. I watched it. I didn't like it, though. What's this Bill Cosby thing?
Where do you see that?
Single
That
plays.
is his concert film, Bill Cosby himself.
Okay.
It just plays once this month.
You get The Poltergeist.
Once this month.
Hey, you know what? That's not so bad. I mean, all right, you get it once, but
it's
at least you get it.
3 a.m. at night. 3 a.m.
Stop being such a cheapskate. Go buy a VCR.
You could tape HBO back then. Oh yeah, okay.
Oh yeah. Let's see. What do we got here? The Far Pavilions.
I'm not sure.
I mean, she's cute, but Twilight Zone the movie.
Irving. I think that's Amy Irving, isn't it?
Up here, that's not Amy Irving, is it?
Oh, no, I get it. I know she's in that, but I guess that's not her.
That's Omar Sharif. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think that's Amy Irving.
Brainstorm is the movie that killed Natalie Wood.
Well,
I don't think that holds up. It's just pretty boring.
I remember seeing it. I don't remember it at all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Snooze.
exactly.
Snooze.
What do we got here? More, Let's Get Crazy with Malcolm McDowell.
Another Malcolm McDowell this month.
Punk rocker movie.
Now that I would watch. If you watch the trailer for that, it seems, I don't know. I might watch that.
Should I bring it up?
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me find it. the name of this movie again? I get crazy. I have so many things open. Huh. Give me a minute. Yeah,
You didn't bring that one up.
There we go. Ready? Rip off of Star Wars.
Now you can get everything you ever wanted in a movie. In one movie. You can get high. Get low. Get flipped. Get a glow. Get hard. Get bizarre. Get a plane. Get a car.
Can I get a refund? Now I never heard of this movie. It looks funny.
Get out. Get in.
The trailer's so low volume. Like, what the heck?
Get religion. Get sin. Get caressed. Get undressed. Get molested. Get arrested.
Ed Begley.
Yeah, Ed Begley Jr. Look at that. That dude did everything. Like, if it was paying, he was doing it. I mean, 2 years before this, he did Spinal Tap.
Yep.
Yes, sir. But most of all, get crazy!
What the hell? Was that a joint?
Get it while it's hot. Get it if you're not. Come and get it. Get crazy! What Animal House did to college, and Airplane did to flying, Get Crazy does to rock and roll. Get Crazy, coming soon to a theater near you.
All right.
That was directed by enemy of the show, Alan Arkish.
Oh.
Who also directed Heartbeeps. Check our archives.
Heartbeeps was one of the toughest reviews.
And we had called up Mr. Arkish, and he seemed like he might do an interview with us. And then he said, "Oh, just buy the DVD. My commentary's on there." I was like, "Fuck you! I'm not spending money on your piece of shit."
So you know what?
This movie sucks.
I would download it, but that's about it. So Heartbeeps, it was weird. Heartbeeps, we decided to review. It's kind of an interesting story, I think, anyway. Should I bring up the Heartbeeps trailer just to... We had, you know what? It was like the end of the pandemic type of thing, right? And it was like...
We got to do something.
Yeah, like we got to... hold on. I'm trying to load it. It's so bad that it won't even load.
That's Alan Arkish for you.
Oh, wait. Oh, my God. Listen to that. That was like some VHS. All right. So I just remember thinking, like, maybe VHS Rewind shouldn't do episodes. I just remember thinking in the middle of this movie, like, it is so bad. Like, it kind of left me with this, like, terrible feeling about VHS Rewind. Then I realized it's not us. It's the movie.
Yes. Yes.
So this is Heartbeeps.
And now, direct from his worldwide tour, we proudly present the one and only Leonard Catskill.
Thank you. Good evening, ladies and germs. It's great to be here. Of course, at my age, it's great to be anywhere. But seriously, folks, I'm here to tell you about this new movie. It's called Heartbeeps, and it's about me and my pals. Here's Val now.
Turn your head around.
I don't want to say he's dim-witted, but he makes an electric toothbrush look like a genius.
Look, Fire. My function? To serve as companion and valet. Being programmed for charm was probably an extra expense.
This is
And that's pretty much it. If you just loop that for about, and it was a pretty long movie.
No, it just felt that way.
Maybe it was. It was really bad though.
Hey, you want to just, since you brought up that Catskill comedian.
Yeah, I kind of thought he was funny, actually.
Do you want to play
Red
a little
Skelton?
bit? Red Skelton. Just like start at 420, just to give a little taste of, now this is comedy I don't like. This guy's not funny.
Right. All right. Well, let's not be the judge of that. We'll let others.
It's really something to be here. I'd like to thank you, Your Royal Highness, lords, ladies, and Mrs. Skelton. It's nice to be back in London again. I'm actually here by popular demand. I was here in 1949. But it's a beautiful city if you ever get it finished. I mean, when I first came down to the main part of town, I said, were there any survivors? I think the national bird must be the crane. There's one on every building in town, you know?
It's almost like they have 10 people laughing for him.
But like I say, it's nice. I don't usually just walk out like this. I usually have 15 elephants that come out before me. But did you ever see elephants walk down the street? They take their trunk, wrap around the tail in front of them. See, they go down. We were playing in Shreveport, Louisiana, and they had to cross the railroad track to get over to the theater. And a train came along and killed the first one and ripped the tails out of the 14.
Wow.
I mean, is that supposed to be funny?
I just don't get it. I think it was the character that people like seemed to really love at one period of time.
God, I'd rather watch Britannia Hospital or Heart Peeps.
Heart Peeps. I would no, I'd rather watch Red Skelton because at least there's a chance there could be a few good jokes. Oof.
Maybe.
Here's the being homosexual. America Undercover. You have to be undercover being homosexual.
And then the rest of those shows are all about murder, people who kill, guns that kill, missing children who kill or are killed. And I was like, Jesus.
Yeah. I mean, it's what I think is so interesting about this is it's what are we putting into the same category? Being gay in the same category as murderers,
kill,
gun, people being killed by owning guns. It's a very growing up, I just didn't realize that being homosexual is so controversial. But apparently it is still.
Ouch.
I don't know. I just didn't. I don't know. How did everyone feel when you came out?
Oh, zing.
There's nothing wrong with it, guy. Nothing wrong with it. Sugar Ray Leonard, big part of my childhood. I know nothing about boxing, though. But the comeback.
Who is Kevin Howard? Like, rugged world-class contender.
Isn't that Ron Howard's brother?
Ouch.
That'd be awesome. Ding! Opie Cunningham.
Did he win that one? I feel like he tried to come back and failed miserably.
Oh, we have to find this out. Hold on. Sugar Ray Leonard versus was it Kevin Howard?
Kevin Howard. Oh, I almost said Ken Howard, the White Shadow.
1984, right?
Yeah.
Oh, we actually have the boxing. I almost called it a game. The boxing game on here.
Figures in sports return to boxing.
Hold on. Let's
Sugar Ray Leonard came back after an absence of 27 months for a 10-round fight with Kevin Howard. It was supposed to be just a tune-up on the way to a series of big money paydays. But before the night was over, Ray was knocked down for the first time in his pro career. He struggled before finally TKOing Howard, and then at a post-fight press conference, this shocking statement.
It's just not there. I have retired for good.
Whoa!
So he's out. What was he, 31? He's like 31 years old or something.
He's no Rocky Balboa.
No, you're never going to be no Rocky Balboa guy. He's an Italian stallion. War Games, of course. Great. I don't know why Dabney Coleman, of all people, is like gets second billing here. I mean, he was in it, but
wasn't he big at this time?
Yeah, I know, but it was like if you watch the movie, it's like, oh, he's just. I mean, he's not a minor character, but wasn't Ali Sheedy in it? Yeah, Ali Sheedy would have been.
Yep. There's a lot of like documentaries. Like there's this other Consumer Report, Unsafe at Any Price. I was like,
yeah,
this is not why I want HBO, people.
Tootsie. So you're giving Tootsie what, 5 stars?
Out of what?
Out of 5.
It's 5 out of 5. Yeah. 4 out of 4.
No.
God, I can't believe you haven't seen it.
Now, who is it? Is this Terry Garr?
Yes.
No.
Wait. Which one?
Right here. The Terry Garr one.
Yeah, the middle one. Yes.
Yeah. So Terry Garr was so cute, right? I mean, maybe not your type.
Above her.
But it was like in Young Frankenstein, for instance.
Yes, definitely. Yes, very cute there.
And I don't know, she was such a big star at the time. I really liked her, and I don't know, I guess she became a big star, but I just think that she deserved kind of a bigger starring role. Like, kind of like, I felt as though she was a straight person, like a straight woman. So she wasn't like funny, like Goldie Hawn, for instance, can tell the joke and get the big laugh.
Yeah.
Maybe she can't really do that, but I don't know. I really liked her.
Yeah, I'm surprised she never had like a starring TV show, you know?
Yeah, I kind of liked her. Heidi, no interest in anything Heidi. Chevy Chase meets the kids. Whose kids? His kids throughout. It'd be funny. These are all his kids from all around like the world that he's fathered.
Ouch.
That'd be crazy. He's like this black kid, you know. You never know with Chevy.
And I don't know, he's just has these kids as an audience and they ask him questions, none of which is like, hey, how much Coke do you take a day? You know, no hardballs like that.
Yeah, what kind of questions do you think they would ask? How do you get started in comedy?
Why the fuck did you do Over the Rainbow, man? Why?
The money. The free Coke. The free Coke and the money.
Do you notice right below that is like an after-school special that they're showing, The Stoned?
Is that, oh, yeah, look at that with Scott Baio. I didn't know that was...
Like, what? I am not buying HBO to get these regurgitated... No, to have an after-school special. I can watch that on ABC, and I probably did.
It probably was like an ABC after-school special, and this is what's funny. So Leah Mitchell and I are covering like a number of different... We're trying like some weird stuff out with VHS Rewind. And behind your back. So
really?
No. I'm totally right in front of you. Totally right in front of you, like the game show thing and all that kind of stuff. So we were like, let's cover Stoned, you know, because we kind of have this fond memory of these things, and they're usually pretty insane. And she's like, I tried watching it. She's like, it's so bad.
Really?
Yeah, because you know, years ago we covered The Boy in the Bubble, like the plastic bubble.
Yeah.
And it was really bad. And these after school,
funny bad, like funny.
You know what? After about 20 minutes, the bad just it becomes noise. Like it's just like, wow, I'm just sitting here watching a really bad movie. It doesn't get better. Like it just gets worse and worse. But
really?
Not funny worse, just gets worse.
Why is there a homosexual encounter right there, like between Scott Baio and whoever that guy is?
Because according to, what was the name of the show called? Being Homosexual, if you smoke weed, you get gay.
Actually, I watched the beginning of that thing just to see what it was.
Of Stone?
And of the Being Homosexual, and they said that the statistic was 30% of people have had homosexual encounters in their teens.
1/3 of people?
No, 37%.
So that's about a third of people.
Yeah, okay. Don't do math. I can't do decimals.
I tried to play a clip. I don't have it set up to play clips. Sorry.
But I was like, okay.
Yeah, like
I missed out on so much.
Yeah, I didn't. But you know, hey, maybe in another lifetime. What do we with the Huber Blube Highway by Dr. Seuss? No idea what that is.
That now here again, that is from 1975. It was like a TV show, and they're just putting this on the schedule. Like no.
They're filling up the daytime schedule, probably. You know, like kid stuff.
There's other stuff you could put on In Search of Noah's Ark, for Christ's sake.
You know, I mean, they're like, well, this isn't going to cost us anything because we already own it, and
probably.
The Thing. All right, so The Thing, I think it's 1980, maybe 79, 80, something like that.
I think it's 81, 80, 82, actually.
That's a movie I could watch anytime. It doesn't really matter. Whenever it's on.
And over and over.
When he's playing chess with the computer and he pours booze on the computer and makes it blow up, it's amazing.
Did you want that chess game?
Oh,
Like,
well,
I would have
yeah.
wanted that chess game.
You know what's funny is I just uncovered a box. Well, not really uncovered. I just opened up an old box. I was telling somebody about this. And so years and years ago, I answered this like for sale ad. And I met up with this guy up in upstate New York. And he was selling a lot of computers, a lot of game systems and everything. And he just had too much, right? Like it was just like...
Too much for you?
Well, I didn't have the money. I just didn't have the money to buy all this stuff. But he had all really good stuff. And I was there for like an hour and a half just going through stuff. And I'm like, I'll take this, this, and this. And I had a bunch of stuff in my car already. And I think I spent like $300. And at the time, it was definitely, well, even now, $300 is a lot of money. But I got a lot of stuff. And he just goes, he's like, hey, man, I just have a confession to make. And he goes, 37%. No, he didn't say it. But he's like, yo, I'm dying of cancer. And I'm like, oh, wow, this is, that's terrible. He's like, and this is all the stuff in my parents' house. He's like, I really need the money. And he's like, if you just take a bunch of this stuff and try to sell it, or even if you come into some money in the future, because that was my excuse. I'm like, yeah, I just don't have the money right now. I'm like, maybe in a little while, I just wanted to kind of finalize the deal. And he's like, you can just reach out to me in the future if you get some money. And he's like, just take it. So he gave me a lot of stuff. Like he must have given me about, for what he was asking, over $2,000 worth of stuff. Computers, systems, original monitors, games, like a lot of old Commodore 64 games in the box. And I still have it. So 3 years went by and I thought, whatever happened to this guy? So I tried to reach out and his phone's off at the time. And he was too far for me to just go up, go and like visit.
Right.
And he was only 2 miles away. No, I'm kidding. That'd be kind of crazy. He's only 2 miles away, but I don't want to have to pay him. But yeah, so I'm assuming he died. I'm assuming he died, but I still have it and I didn't sell it. But I was going through some of it and it's really interesting stuff. We're talking like some weird Nazi games from like the early 80s where you have the full map of Germany and there's like swastikas and it's
Are you
like
kidding?
No, it's like some crazy games.
Shit never happens to me.
Yeah, it was cool. And I was thinking about getting rid of some of it just because I really want to lighten my load of stuff. Like I have too much stuff. I think I told you that. And I'm not really doing anything with a lot of this stuff. So I might be selling some of it, which I feel very guilty about.
Right? Watch now you get really top dollar.
Well,
you could have sent them some money.
Well, yeah, I mean, some of it is really, really cool stuff like that you really, really can't find in too many places. And yeah, like some really, really cool stuff. But yeah, I can't just hold on to this stuff forever. But especially when there's, collectors out there who really refurbish the stuff and use it. I don't do that. So
no, you mean they refurbish it and resell it?
Well, there are people who have like the PC like museums and stuff like that.
Oh, I see.
And
okay.
They're like, "Hey, what do you just donate?" And I go, "No, just donate it. I can't afford to donate things. I got podcasts to pay for." So yeah, The Thing and his computer is pretty awesome. I don't know what he had. He probably had like some Commodore, which I have. so there.
Was it 82 before the Commodore, or what that was developed by then?
I don't know for sure, but I want to say VIC-20 came out in about 82.
Okay.
Let's see if I can just fact check that really fast. But why don't you talk about Linda Ronstadt for a moment?
Hey, don't knock Linda Ronstadt.
No, I'm not.
At this stage, this is when she was doing her, those standards.
Mm-hmm.
What's new? I've got a crush on you. I loved those LPs that she did.
Mm-hmm.
I love that music, but I was in love with her. I thought she was hot.
Sure.
And I think she was like one of the first people to do that and make it like lucrative.
You know
is
who?
to
You know who she looks like right here?
Janet DeWitt
No, well,
from Three's Company.
I see that, but if you were to put Janet DeWitt and I said her name before, Joan Jett, she's like a hot version of them.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that.
With a lot more rouge on. Speaking of rouge, we have Boy George in the corner. I don't know. I never understood Boy George. I never got it, but I always thought his music was really good.
Yeah, I thought his voice was really good. His
Yeah.
voice was really good. And again,
I like the
on
character.
The hits that they had, really, really good. And I listen to them even today.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know what happened to that band. I think I dropped off after the first album. But
Well, Boy George is still around.
is he?
Yeah, he didn't drop dead like George Michael or anything.
Oh, zing.
George Michael just got weird, man. He's getting caught in bathrooms. All kinds of weird shit going on with that guy. I don't know. I don't know if it ended up not being true. The King of Comedy, we covered this movie a long time ago.
Check our archives again.
I love this movie. I think that it's very, very timely, and it's very apropos for today's time, right? Like with like stalkers and people being obsessed with celebrity. I love this movie.
Second showing this month of Jerry Lewis.
Yeah.
Look at that.
It's not bad.
We just needed Hardly Working and we would have been all set.
All right, so we got two Chevy. Well, it's coming in June. Is National Lampoon's Vacation? Very funny movie, right? Out of the Vacation
I like that
series.
One. I like that one. I don't like the other ones though. Even Christmas Vacation, even European Vacation.
Mm-hmm.
I like the first one. That's about it.
What is this order now? Sniglet.
I think it's a book, but I can't.
New
read
from
that.
HBO's. Oh, not necessarily the news. The Sniglets book. Over 200 hilarious Sniglets, like nap jerk, a sudden convulsion of the body just as one is about to doze off. Nap jerk.
That's not funny. So I didn't watch not necessarily the news. I don't know if you did. It was
I
on an
remember
earlier
it,
page,
but I don't think I ever watched it. But let's go over to eBay and see if this thing is available.
Sniglets.
Yeah, because the HBO Sniglets book offer. Do you have any HBO stuff? Like memorabilia?
No, I wish I did. No, I wish I had those little programs like these. Like I would love to hold them. No, I got nothing. You never got that HBO watch, huh?
No. I got a thing saying the is going to end in 15 minutes. So I put in another offer for like, instead of 10, I went up to 12.
Oh, I thought you were going to do 10.25.
Yeah, 10 and 25.
It's like Price is Right. 10.01.
So Sniglets, here we are on the eBay. Let's see, price lowest first. You can buy Sniglets for $10, $8 shipping. I'll pass.
Right.
The Game of Sniglets. I don't like the name. I will pass. Whoops.
There was a.
What's the glitter? What is this?
The glitter dome. That's like a adaptation of a Joseph Wamba novel. He's a cop who became a writer. Very, very big back then. I have never seen this. I always wanted to see it.
Oh, look at this. Look what's playing here on June 3rd. Grease 2.
Oh, the pirate movie.
Oh, man. All right. I wonder if this is when I saw these movies. I loved the pirate movie, and I loved Grease 2 as a kid.
I want to see the pirate movie again.
I want to cover the pirate movie, even though I know it's going to be terrible.
I would do that one. I would, I love Christy McNichol.
Let's watch it first and then decide if it deserves to be covered.
6-pack. Oh, wow. 6-pack is coming on.
I don't know what 6-pack is.
That's with Kenny Rogers, his motion picture debut.
What?
Yep.
Twice Upon a Time. The Sting 2.
Ugh. Now, there's something I could not watch. That is probably awful.
Oh man, look at this. You wake up at 5:30, 7 o'clock, you got War Games on.
And now you're late for school.
Yeah, or even this. Look at this back-to-back pirate movie in Greece, 6 a.m. to 8.
Damn.
It's pretty good. Pretty good.
I don't want to go to school today.
Why not?
Let me just stay
Grease
home.
2's on.
There were some movies from May 1984. There's this Motherlode with Charlton Heston. I love late period Charlton Heston. I would have watched that. The Seduction with Morgan Fairchild. Come on, nobody will believe us now. But back then, Morgan Fairchild was considered hot.
I think people would. I think people would believe that.
You see her naked in that movie, and that was worth everything.
All right, hold on. I'm looking for it. Not the nude, because I don't think we can show that.
Oh, can we?
No, we can't show that.
Really?
I don't know. Well, I'm pressing the button, but there's really nothing to show. But
I think I had a trailer.
Do you? All right, let's find that trailer.
And it's funny. You look at her now, then. Watch this trailer. She doesn't seem that hot. Like she's
well, she's
like your mom's
best friend who's cute.
Best friend who's kind of milfy, but
like you could see that she was once kind of, good looking.
Yeah, exactly.
All my dreams to
the hair.
With you in your embrace. Here in love.
Yeah, those shots through the leaves are always creepy. It's like a stalker,
Maybe it is.
This reminds me of those commercials like Mount Airy Lodge. I'm still trying to find the commercial. If anyone knows where I could find it, there was this commercial from the 80s where they show like a young guy and like an older woman. I don't think that it's intentional that they have an age difference, but they're at like a Mount Airy Lodge. And it's just so cringy, and they're like practically getting into a heart-shaped tub.
Ew.
To come on down to Mount Airy Lodge.
Ew.
We clean out everything with bleach after every person checks out. Why is she staring at the candle? That's not safe. She's on her iPhone. She's like doom scrolling through Instagram. Yeah, I mean, she's a great looking woman. She's got a lot of hairspray going on though.
A lot.
Those are some long fingers. Is she a pianist? Jeez.
And from the inside out, open the gates.
What's she driving there? Something Italian?
Morgan Fairchild is Jamie Douglas, a woman who has everything. Everything except privacy.
Ah, so I was right.
Jamie, I want to make love to you.
This is me standing in the closet. That's usually what happens when I say that.
This guy is dangerous. He stormed into Jamie's house yesterday and terrorized her.
He's like, "Can I smoke?" Smoke in here.
Not a hell of a lot I can do about it.
Everything except protection.
Hi, Jamie.
Would you get out of here?
Come on, what's your lip? Squeeze! Squeeze!
This is pretty, I mean, it's not as chaotic, but it's kind of crazy, like the Jerry Lewis movie we were talking about earlier. Why am I forgetting the name?
But not as
not
funny.
as. It's almost campy.
Huh?
Huh?
Who?
Oh.
Tell the truth.
We're not murderers.
Everything except a choice.
I'm not a violent person. You might have to become one, darling.
She's basically grabbing her boob right there.
Morgan Fairchild, alone, frightened, trapped like an animal. Now she's fighting back with the only weapon she has, herself.
Well, and a shotgun, of course.
She just blew that glass door
Yeah.
all to hell.
Oh, that plate glass door is going to be a fortune to replace.
Morgan Fairchild.
That should have been our tagline. Get the broom.
Andrew Stevens, The Seduction.
Now this looks like a 50s type of font. It's kind of interesting.
Which?
The Seduction looks like a 50s font. I thought that was fun. That looks like an interesting movie.
I'd watch it.
Yeah. Is it streaming anywhere?
I don't know. I would have to look for that.
You know, Chris Cooling actually posted this site. I wish I knew the name of it, where you could just type in if something, that you're looking for, and it'll tell you if it's streaming somewhere. Super useful. Thank you, Chris Cooling. All right, so next... Oh, I'm sorry, go on.
No, I was just wondering if it would have, like, these obscure movies that were...
I think it kind of links into, like, IMDb and everything. So, yeah, I think it does. All right, so next month we're like, all right, look, the price, it went up $1. It's $19 a month now. Do we need HBO next month? Because we got to start cutting. It's the inflation. Reagan's in the White House. We gotta figure out what's going on, Chris.
Look at the back page.
All right, whatever is playing next month. Yeah. Oh wait, Roy Schneider.
Keep going.
Blue Thunder, and then Psycho 2. All right, we're keeping
Psycho 2, one of the greatest movies ever made. I stand behind that.
Keeping it for one more month. That's it. And that's it. Psycho 2 is excellent. Excellent movie.
Didn't we cover that?
Yeah.
Yep. Check our archives.
Check the archives. We have like 200 episodes on VHS Rewind.
Yeah, but half of them are you and Miss Lily or whatever her name is.
It's not true.
Just kidding.
It's like 37%. No, well, Leah and I did record a bunch. They are going to show up on VHS Rewind, because we tried to do this retro TV thing, and I don't know. I just don't think it kind of rolled out correctly, so I'm just going to take those episodes and pop it in here. Kind of the same thing the way I did with Foo Yuck, which is just great episodes. We did some of our best work on Foo Yuck.
They're available, right?
Yeah, they're on VHS Rewind now.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'm pretty sure they're all on there, and I really should just go and fact check myself on that, but I'm not sure. But yeah, Blue Thunder, man. I think I have that on Laserdisc.
Really? You have Laserdiscs?
Yeah. Do I have Laserdisc? Of course I have Laserdiscs. I wish I can get rid of my Laserdiscs, but nobody wants them. But Chris, thank you so much for going through this guide, this May 1984 HBO guide. Sorry if I went on too many diversions.
Nope, that's what we want to do.
Yeah, man. Visit us on VHSRewind.com.
Check our archives.
Check our archives, as Chris likes to tell us all to do. And look for us anywhere where podcasts are. You can just type in VHS. We're one of the first ones that pops up. And but you may as well throw that rewind in there just to kind of make sure that we're 100% there. I know you just lost your feed, but we're just gonna leave it. Yeah, I don't know why. But thank you very much for listening, people. Please give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and subscribe for more of this in the future. Thank you very much for listening, and thanks.